Captain's log started 24098.4. We just rescued a group of Romulans from the Suliban Helix. Still trying to make sense of the device that the future me gave me. I still do not understand it. Maybe it's a two-way transmitter? I don't know. We're on our way to the Craterus system to see about a Riemann group. There's a Riemann colony in the in the in that system, and we are going to try and recruit them. I just hope the Tal Shiar haven't attacked them yet. Hopefully, we can get there in time before anything happens. End log.
The Tal Shiar are approaching Craterus, and they've already engaged a group of Riemann vessels in orbit. The Riemans are sending out a general distress call. We have to help them.
Commander Kai of the Decimus. To any vessels, there has been an unprovoked assault on our colony by Shiar agents. They've attacked our warship. We're suffering heavy loss. Please, we need your assistance.
The Decimus is too heavily damaged. They can't respond to our hails. They won't last much longer if we don't help them.
Ship under attack. Target shield has failed.
Lead the way. We'll follow your attack vector and provide support fire.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target shield has failed. Ship is under attack. Shield has failed.
Decimus is nearby and it needs our help. They're losing structural integrity.
Thank you for your assistance. We're continuing emergency repairs, but most of our major systems are offline. The Tal Shiar sent detachments to the surface, and our colony is not responding to hails. With our transporters down and shuttle bay damaged, I cannot send a security team to investigate. The Tal Shiar have never been so bold. How can you be so certain? It doesn't make sense. They've left us alone for years. What would they gain by destroying our home? We keep to ourselves and we do not challenge the Tal Shiar.
With all due respect, we've seen this before. The Tal Shiar destroyed our colony on Virinat without warning. If we don't get your people off Craterus immediately, they'll be defenseless when the invasion force arrives.
Invasion force? We aren't in any position to begin an evacuation. The head of our fleet, Obisek, and most of our ships are on maneuvers out of the system. They can't possibly return in time. Until we re-establish communication with the colony, our priority must be to protect the people on the surface. Find Zden. He will help you. He resides near the communication tower on the outskirts of the colony. If we re-establish communication, then we can formulate a plan. Zden is to the northwest, near a force field. If planetary communications are disabled, you'll need his help to bring the transmitter back online. We'll do our best to keep more Tal Shiar from beaming down, but I can't promise we'll be able to stop them.
What are those things? They don't look Romulan to me.
The alloys used in this device are normally only in the Delta Quadrant. We know the Iconians have gateways that allow them to travel anywhere they wish. It would be reasonable to assume they have had influence in the Delta Quadrant as well.
Why are the Tal Shiar doing this?
Thank you, stranger. I don't understand why this is happening. You're obviously not with the Tal Shiar. Why are you here? What do you want? Commander Kai, good. Follow me and then explain what's going on. We should get inside the security field before more Tal Shiar arrive. Follow me. We need to know more. It's clear that our colony is under attack, but why are the Tal Shiar doing this? Why attack Craterus? What are they after? There's no reason for the Tal Shiar to attack Craterus. We've been an established colony for over 23 years. We were given permission to settle here by Donatra. Why would the Tal Shiar attack a colony of their own people?
So the rumors are true! I told you, Father. The Tal Shiar have declared war on our people. They're going to kill us!
It doesn't make any sense. We aren't a threat to the Tal Shiar. What do they have to gain? They can't do this without anyone noticing. Evacuate? We must inform the Council. Who is going to listen to my order to evacuate? Obasek isn't here. He left Kai in charge. Why doesn't he give the order to evacuate?
That explains a lot. When we couldn't reach anyone, Slamek said he was going to check on the transmitter. He hasn't come back yet. We should find him and see if we can get communications back online.
Without the transmitter, we'll have to start contacting colonists individually. The word will spread, but it will take some time. Obviously, something is going on, but I'm not the one to order an evacuation. The fleet or the council should make that determination.
You'll need help. If you're going out to the transmitter, I'm going with you. Maybe we can find Slamek there.
Farrell, you should stay here. Let these people handle this. We don't know the whole story yet. We need more information. We need to know what the Tal Shiar want. At least stay behind the security field until we hear from the council.
Father, you can see what the Tal Shiar have done. These people need my help to get the transmitter working again. We'll take some weapons and armor before we leave. Don't worry, I can handle myself.
Press the U key. This is your character.
Watch where you're shooting. We need those shuttles.
We're gonna need a new plan.
Slamek, you're alive.
Farrell, you found me before those things did. I tried to repair the transmitter, but it was pointless. As you can see, the controls are completely destroyed. But it looks like you found some new friends. Didn't you hear me? The controls are destroyed. The transmitter is worthless.
Slamek, you're not helping. What if we set up a bypass relay? If it works, we might be able to control the transmitter dish from Zed's shuttle, or even our secondary console at home.
It's possible, but I don't think it would work.
Slamek! Try to set up a bypass relay for the controls. If you can get it working, then we'll head back to my father and see if we can access the transmitter from there.
Where are those things coming from?
told you it probably wouldn't work.
We should go back to my father and see if he's heard any news.
Look up! We gotta get out of here now!
What kind of ship is that?
We don't know. It attacked our colony on Viranet.
And now they're attacking. We need to warn other colonies.
Believe it or not, that's what we're trying to do.
Were you able to repair the primary transmitter? I set up a portable transmitter relay and gathered as many neighbors as I could. I'm glad you found Slamek. I'm not going to argue. Our security field is down and the Tal Shiar are attacking the colony. Hopefully everyone who hasn't already heard the message will realize what's happening and evacuate. There are more people on the outskirts of town. If I can get to them in the shuttle, I may be able to get them to safety. Understood. Please, take Veril with you. I'll take Slamek with me to help scan for survivors.
Father, I should go with you. It took me weeks to repair the shuttle's drive system. If something goes wrong, you'll need me there.
You'll be safer on their ship. Slamek can help me if we run into trouble. I'll broadcast the coordinates to every shuttle within range once we're in the air. Now go. We need to look for survivors.
Where there is life, there is hope.
The Decimus has engaged the Tal Shiar and is forming a wedge so we can get the shuttles to the beacon. The shuttles will be relying on us for protection. Without our help, they'll never make it out of here. Zden's shuttle was one of the ones that made it to the ship.
We're in position and ready to make a run for the beacon. Is my daughter safe?
I'm making myself useful. The singularity core on this ship is practically an antique. I'm keeping an eye on the power levels to make sure we don't blow apart in combat. Don't forget to put all the shuttle's power.
Don't worry, my child. It was the first thing Slamek did. When we reach the beacon, We'll await the signal to warp to the rendezvous point. Once we're all safe, you can transfer back to the ship.
Ships fall into formation. We're reading an unknown ship near the beacon. It appears to be a battleship. If it attacks, our ships will be completely outmatched. Are you able to scan the vessel, or determine its armaments? They're emitting some sort of passive scanning field. We cannot get a weapons lock, and our Singularity Core power levels are fluctuating.
I'm noticing the same power level variations. The field is definitely emanating from the enemy vessel. If I tap into the beacon's controls, I may be able to send a high-frequency proton burst that should disrupt the field long enough to get a weapons lock.
Sending proton burst.
Help! We're being boarded! Try to stay behind. It has a deadly frontal assault weapon.
It's not exactly easy when it keeps jumping around.
I've scanned the shuttles, sir. They've taken everyone! Everyone! Even my...
Logs show that a cruiser warped in during the fight with the battleship, stayed at long range, and then decloaked briefly. They warped away less than a minute later. Ugh, they must have taken the colonists from the shuttles while we were in combat.
We have to go after them. We need to track their trajectory and follow them. They could still be alive, and we can catch up if we hurry.
Nothing. There was too much interference from the battleship. I wish I had better news, but we have more pressing matters. The Decimus is hailing us, and we need to get out of this system while we still can.
We're aware of the situation, but we have set a course for the rendezvous point immediately. There are other Remans there who will need our protection. After we regroup, we will have time to fully understand what has happened here, and to mourn our losses. We appreciate the offer, but that isn't my call to make. I'll relay your offer to Obisek and the rest of the fleet. But for now, I think it would be best if we go our separate ways. When we understand more about what the Tal Shiar are after, perhaps that will change. Thank you for your help. I know you tried your best.
I don't need anyone's permission. I'm coming with you, and we're going to find my father. In the meantime, if you expect to keep a ship this old from blowing apart at the seams, you're going to need an engineer. Good thing I'm here.
I think we've done everything we can here. We should report what happened to Tamer. We can leave whenever you're ready.
We will reach out to the Remans, but it will be difficult to get over centuries of mistrust and abuse. Perhaps if this Obisek is willing to speak to us directly, it might make a difference. I know you did your best to help them, and that the attack could not have been anticipated. I'm very concerned about this sabotage you reported, however, and that the culprit was never found. The Remans may very well have a Tal Shiar operative in their midst. We will not win every battle, but we will win the war. Count on that. Jolantru. Greetings. I have new orders
Congratulations,
for you.
Lieutenant.
There's a space station in the Gasco system that we think would be a fine addition to our group. If they agree to join us, we will have an additional base for our militia ships, as well as a supply depot that could make a big difference when we begin construction of a colony. I know there is a group of refugees there. Some of them have been there for years, but they've also had a wave of new residents, including a new commander. I'd like you to go to Gasco and feel out the situation. If you think they'd be a good match for us, you are authorized to extend them an offer. Greetings. I have new orders for you.
Captain's log supplemental. They just attacked Craterus. We were too late, and the Alachi kidnapped a group of Freeman shuttles and all the people inside them. I wish I could have stopped them, but the battleship was disrupting our sensors too long. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to save them, but the least we can do is make sure that nothing else happens. Vero's father was taken as well. I will find them. Count on that. Jalan True. End log.